What's up, Squires? My name is Joel and I'm the Backlog Knight, and get ready for some Monster Hunter. It's pretty late. I should be asleep, but I decided that since the Monster Hunter World beta was going on, and it's actually ending in less than 12 hours, I was going to record it for you. I'm going to keep quiet because it's very late, and I don't want to bother anyone around me, so it might seem like it's a bit of a quiet one this time, but I assure you I am absolutely super fucking thrilled to show you this material. Now, no surprises here for me for the beginning initial thing. I know a lot of things about this game. I'm not like a super veteran of the series, but I did play several other Monster Hunter titles, and I've been looking forward to how this would look like for quite some time. So when I had the chance to try it and tackle it myself, I was super excited. The game's coming out on the 26th of January 2018, so just right up the alley and right up the slope. And it's good news for you guys. It's really fun. It's really great. If you can't tell immediately from the menu, the music and the graphics for this game are absolutely fucking fantastic. And I only had the chance to play it alone, but it's very, very cool. If I show you the single player, which I will do, you know, you'll notice, look at this. Nice little, like, loading screens. It's asking me to start over, so that's cool. We get to do that again. So for now, I'm gonna, because I did do my own thing, but it turns out that I have to start over, apparently, which is, you know, it's fine, it's fair. I've already completed all three missions that were in there, but I want to show them to you because chances are the demo was very short in terms of time window to play it. I'm pretty sure not many people had the chance to look at it other than videos. I don't know what the quality of these videos were or how the people played are, but I am pretty sure that I can show you some quality of it, so I'd like to do that. At least, you know, it'll give me an occasion to give it another shot, and I can show you kind of what it's like. Now, you might notice that my character is wearing very simple armor, and that I have hidden my helm. That was a decision that I took myself. Let's see here. Where did I check that? Option, like head armor, I chose it to be hidden, but normally I would have this on my head. Which, you know, for you, I'll leave there. Another thing that I want you guys to notice is that I'm wearing a longsword. Longswords, surprising absolutely no one, is an enormous and fucking oversized katana. Sephiroth be my avatar. And it is my preferred weapon in pretty much every single title of this series that has held the longsword. Longsword is an understatement, and that's quite okay. It's very cool, it's a very cool weapon, and I'll show you this. But first, other few things I want to show you. I'm going to try and make this a series of several episodes, just so you can get a good sense of where is what and what you can find and how it looks. First off, I think you can all agree that it looks fucking gorgeous. One thing that I want to point out, though, is that, look, if I stand still like this, actually I'm going to go next to this barrel and this pillar right here. If I stand still right here, you might notice that, I don't know how it looks on the screen for you, but everything looks a lot more crisp if I don't move. And the nanosecond I move my stick for the camera, everything becomes a little bit blurry. There's a lot of motion blur happening here. It is probably a thing of the beta. It is also probably a thing to conserve memory and efficiency and you know, quality during gameplay, so that nothing has slowdowns and stutterings. That's great. That's amazing. I wish it would stay crisp all the time, but you can't have it all. And I guess we'll only find out when the game finally comes out on January 26th. Now, the first thing I wanted to show you is the selection of things you can find here. You might notice a few things. First off, I have several choices for armor, and we'll go through them. We'll check them out. Right now I have the standard hunter's equipment, so we're going to stay there because we're just in training mode. We're going to get to change that soon. Wyvern Blade is the name of my longsword. You can also find great swords, which I pretty much never used, except when they forced me to do that in the first ever game I had. You have sword and shield, you have dual swords, hammer, you have the, I think that is, oh my god, what is that? If that's sword and shield, then short sword and shield? Maybe I don't know what that is. I'll have to check that out, actually. Interesting. Huh. So it is a weapon that stores... Okay. Stores energy. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I haven't tried that one. Might have to do that before the game goes offline. Probably. So this is the sword axe. That's the thing that's recurring. That's a gun lance. That's the lance and shield. I almost called it a musical horn, but it's oh my god, what's it called? Basically, it is a big ass horn that when you whirl it through the air, does music, and when you do certain notes of music, it kind of... Okay, you know what? Fuck it. So, great sword. I never use it, but I'll show you what it's like. This is training mode, if you didn't notice when I was in the menu. It's really cool because you get to actually go here and try on like all the attacks with no danger and no time limit, which is really important. You have, of course... So you have triangle, which is basically a super... Whoa! It's basically the attack that does the most damage, I think. And when it comes to the greatsword, it is basically a very slow weapon that deals a lot of damage. That's what it does. If I hit circle, it's gonna give me... Oh wait, I can charge this? Did not know I could actually charge that. Really cool. 33, that is a lot of damage. Yeah, I have the wide slash, which covers a lot of area. There we go. Very nice. Every single one of these weapons has different new abilities that you can use. For example, you can have these really cool combos that they show you in the bottom right corner of the screen. But we're not going to do everything this time because we don't have time for that. This then comes... What is it? There we go. This one's very, you know, that was there before. It's very standard. It's basically sword and shield. It's very swift, and you get to defend yourself with R2. So if something's coming your way, you can like basically approach them with some safety when it comes to getting attacked while you're charging. Has like small, quick sweeping attacks and high mobility, as well as defense. It's very nice, but it's not really my cup of tea. Then you have... God damn it, I suck at this. Yes. Alright. Then we have the twin blades, or dual blades. Dual swords, maybe. And as you might expect it, it's like little cutlasses that go very, very quickly and have these really cool abilities going. Anyways, there's a lot of these things. I realize as I'm doing this that I can't show you all of them. So I'm just going to go really quickly and show you. So actually, you know what? Let's see. You really just have to try them yourself. What is that? How'd you call that? Show me. How'd you call that? You called this what? Hunting horn. There you go. So if I use it, it basically gives me like notes. That's one note, and you might notice that they like stack at the top of the screen there. And if it does like all these notes and it fills, I kind of replace the notes that was there last. But if I follow the top left of the top rights of the screen, if I do, for example, hold on, where is it? Oh, I see. Okay, so I can actually do 3 notes. I can do... There you go, the charged one, the charged up one, and another one here, and then I can have like the circle one here, and then if I activate that, which I need to do using, hold on, what's the button for that? What is the button for that? R2, it does a thing, and basically that was defense up and movement speed up. Very cool. It's basically like a support role weapon that deals a lot of damage. What else was there? That's really cool. The Kinsect Blade, which is very nice also, is back. So you can use that. Very nice. I like this weapon a lot. It is my second favorite weapon of the entire ones that I have. My third favorite one is the bow, because I've always loved bows. Very, very cool. And actually, I take back my statement. The heavy bowgun was the first weapon I've ever officially used for a long time when I played Monster Hunter. Was it Try, I think, for the Wii? I was super into it. There's also a medium and a light version of it. Very nice, but, you know, another thing. Oh, and that's a Kinsect. That's basically the thing you attach to your Kinsect blade. It's a symbiosis kind of weapon relationship that you have. I have used up a lot of time to show you these things. But really, I just really wanted you to look at how good it looked. It looks really, really nice, really, really crisp. The controls are very interesting. I'm going to show you that too. and a lot of the little gameplay mechanics have changed as well, as far as I'm concerned, for the better. I'm very excited to show this to you. Okay, we're gonna go talk to our little steward cat here, housekeeper. I love this fucking voice. And we're gonna go back to the menu, make our little hunter, and we are going to go take on a monster. And it's good that I took up about that much time, because we're probably gonna have time to tackle one monster. Okay, so if I take single player game, because I can't take multiplayer right now, I'm out of time. I don't have 12 hours, because I'll need to sleep in that time, and people are not available during that time. So, you know, whatever. Now, as you might expect, there's not much to do here, because, well, we only have presets because it's a demo. I'm going to take the only black guy there is, because, you know, yeah. And, we're going to move ahead, because I'm going to enter my name. My name I'm going to go with Midnight, because that is what I associate with. Thank you, PlayStation 4, for knowing me so well. Yes, that is okay. And then my Palico. If you haven't guessed it already, we're going to go with this, because he's adorable, and I am going to call him Haiku, surprising absolutely no one, once again. And if it does surprise you, well, you should come and watch my channel more often, because that basically is what it should be. Now, keep in mind, they do say that there's going to be a lot more options for customization in the game in the full version of the game. You're not stuck with those prefabs every single time, but for now, that's what we do. You will notice that there's only 3 quests available. That is technically plenty, and you can actually look at the maps in different layers here. It's very, very interesting. And you'll notice that all 3 of those quests are completed, because I have done them before. Just so we're clear on that and we're on the same page. Completing them actually nets you different rewards in the full game once it comes out. So you complete this, you keep the game on your PlayStation 4, and doing so will net you very cool little bonuses that you can use when the game actually comes out and you put it on your machine to play the full game. The first mission I want to present to you is the Great Devourer, Great Jagras, which is a 2-star level thing, which is where they also teach you most of the ways to play this game. It is the beginner quests, so that's obviously the one I did first. The time limit for the demo missions are only 20 minutes long, but that makes a lot of sense. That is new. Okay, cool. So if I've completed it once, I can actually redo these and start from somewhere else. And I'm wondering if that might have to do with finding different creatures, because there are those 3 creatures that you hunt, namely the Great Jagras, the Barith, which is actually a returning monster from other titles, and the I don't remember the name of this one. It's Anjanath or something like that. We'll see soon. There's only 3, but I'm pretty sure there would be others, because it sounds like a thing that Capcom would do. So let's go with the classic one. Accept it. And we could change our equipment. I will, because I don't want that equipment. The defense charm is fine. I'll need it. Actually, I might go with attack charm for now. Notice that the things I have here are pretty advanced gear. Let's see. I don't want a hunter's headgear. I actually want to go with... I mean, they have really cool things, but I want the Anja headgear, which gives me a lot of attack power. So we're going to just go with the Anja armor. It would take a while to show you all the armors, but I'm sure they all look really cool. Now you'll notice that this completely hides me. Look at my fucking Palico. It is so adorable. Okay, I'm going to change his equipment too, because I'm going to give him a bow, a little forest bow, and change his helmet to nothing, actually. I really like this hat. And actually, I really like this equipment. I just like this equipment a lot, so we're just going to keep that. And I'm going to keep the Vigor Wasp spray, because he's going to use that to help us and heal when we get hurt, and we will get hurt, so let's fucking do that. I'm going to remove my helmet, though, when we start the quest, when I'll actually play the game on the full version, because I want to see my face, and it always annoyed me that you couldn't do that before, or if we could, I didn't know. Interesting. So there's a lot of new concepts that are inside this game that I was very surprised to find at first, and I'm really, really happy about. So, okay, so now this is Hunter speak, as you might know. So, yeah. Okay, so they don't show me like the mechanics anymore because they assume that I know them, which is true, I do. So you can actually press the trackpad button to open your map like this, and you can see all the little areas and the layers. Now she doesn't shut up and she says a lot of things, but that's okay. So the basic things you need to know is the controls are very I like them a lot. The creatures are really cool, everything feels really nice, and the world feels really alive. You're about to see that in like a second. If I go here, no more of that like, oh, I have to like gather this herb for like 5 trillion seconds. I just, done. I have herbs. And it's now I can't pick them up because I'm at max, but technically, I would have them that way. Now, something really cool is about to happen to us. We're looking for a Great Jagras. Where is the Great Jagras? It's somewhere, and we need to find it. But this time, it's not going to tell us where it is. In the beginning of the demo, they kind of give you an idea. Oh, it should be around there, but it doesn't really tell you exactly where. You have to look for it. And the game has a really, really cool mechanic for you to hunt and track a monster. But first, let's kill this Aptonoth. So, I want you to keep in mind that what I have right now is very high-level gear, most likely. And that it is... Oh, okay, buddy. Oh, well, there's the Great Jagras. Okay, well, I'm going to carve this Aptonoth. And now we're going to go attack this big guy. I would have to hunt for him normally. But see how he's being followed with this, this green little thing there? It's very important, but later. Okay. Okay, so if you don't know what Monster Hunter is about, Monster Hunter is a series where you roam maps and you actually try to track out... Oh, interesting. It's poisoned. I did not do anything to poison it, so I'm very curious as to how that happened. Okay. Oh, look at it. This is fucking... Ooh, there we go. So, Monster Hunter is basically a game where you equip your guy with a weapon and a, you know, a monster armor equipment, and you hunt the field for those large monsters over and over again. You do that for a while. Ah, there you go. He threw up what he ate. Ooh, stunned you, eh? By hitting you on the head. And you do that over and over in the hopes of capturing the creature or killing them to carve them up and make more equipment out of their body parts. As you can imagine, well, that yields you more powerful equipment and, you know, more of these... Ooh, running away, are you? So more powerful equipment and more powerful weapons, and that basically allows you to fight tougher monsters, and we're gonna let him go away, because we're almost fucking killed him. Okay, notice these green things that are following me around? Alright, let's check this out. So, actually, those are called scout flies. In this game, you use scout flies to track monsters. So, I just found a footprint, and the scout flies are gonna pick it up and use it to their, you know, their own value. Now, let's see. I go here. The scout fly is like, hey, there's something here. Come check it out. And then there's all these things that we come across because we can follow it using those tracks. Like, for example. Oh, little Jagrases. Interesting. But see, there's all these footsteps that I can, like, collect like this for experience. Because your scout flies actually level up. Yes, sir, they do. And as they do... well, they become more apt at tracking the monsters that you're looking for. And eventually, they're able to simply tell you the location of the monsters that you're hunting, without you having to do very much of anything for it. This is a lot more fun, I'd say, than the previous iterations where, honestly, you would have to... Oh, wait. Is it going to level it up? Bam! Level up. There we go. So our thing's leveled up, and now our scout flies have a more proper idea. Ooh, a bone pile. What's in the bone pile? Okay, so we did look for that for a small amount. Okay, notice how it says Jagras there with a little paw print on it? Keep an eye on that. That's going to be very cool in about a second. Notice how he is not attacking us either. And how Haiku's being a fucking amazing squire and actually following us and being useful. There we go. And now it's telling us, there we go. That's a flash fly. If I would strike that flash fly, it would stun monsters. It's a very good thing for me. Like now. That's what a flash fly does. There we go. And now we're going to do a little cool thing. There we go. That is called a spirit thrust. And I think, pretty sure that that is new from this game. I'm fairly sure that other weapons will have cool new abilities like that as well. Okay, so don't fear. The Great Jagras is actually quite normally the first monster in the demo. Hello, little Jagras. I didn't get to use you this time. Kind of like the Great Jaggi was in the previous games. Sorry, that went really fast. I get really excited in this thing. But the big important part of this demo is not about the first monster here, or about what's going on. Look at us praising the cat. Giving him a sausage. I've never seen this before. Very nice. And then you get like a little score of how well you did, which is nice. And normally I'd get to see, you know, the parts that I've collected and the rewards I get for it. That is the flag, the flag holder. Is that what they called? The flagship monster of this game. So, and every single time you finish a mission, they ask you if you want to pre-order the game. I will not do that immediately, and I will not do it in the store because that's not what I want to show you. I am all over the place trying to explain to you how this game works, and I'm really sorry. I'm very excited about this. But I will try to do a better job. Okay. So, right. So what I'm going to do for now is, yeah, I'm going to just go in the training area with you for a second and just tell you and show you a few things. Okay. So, the way it works, the way this game works, and I'm sorry I kind of like fumbled trying to explain that earlier. You play a game where you equip your character with weapons and armors, and you try and go hunt these big monsters that we saw earlier. Now, when you do, they drop body parts, which you carve, like old, you know, hunter-gatherer societies used to do. And with that, as you can see on my character, which is fully armored right now, you use their body parts to create more armor and weapons. I'm pretty sure that the longsword I'm having right now is... you know, a Rathalos made weapon. I think. I'm not sure. Rathalos is a flying wyvern type of dragon creature that I haven't seen here yet. But the weapon's here, so that explains that it's probably going to be there. And since Rathalos is like one of the most fucking popular monsters in this series, that would make a lot of sense. Using these body parts that is dropped and that you carve out of monsters and that you trade out, well, you make more powerful weapons and equipment. Doing that, you are allowed to hunt bigger, badder monsters that would normally kill you and gobble you up for breakfast. And by doing that, well, yeah, you just keep getting body parts and doing that thing over and over again. I realized that I did not use this function earlier as I was playing with you. But the targeting system, of course, very useful. So we will use, I hope. Don't know why it's not attaching to this pillar right now. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright, I'm going to show you what I just did. So, the longsword is a weapon that's made to be a fairly tactical weapon. It has long reach. It does a fairly high damage. Its particularity, if you notice, the top left indicator is that it charges up to allow me to do this really cool little combo here with the Fate Slash, as they call it. Not Fate Slash, sorry, Spirit Slash? Or Spirit Blade, there we go. And doing that allows the outline of that blade in my menu to change from nothing to white, white to yellow, and yellow to red. The higher that thing is, the more damage my blade causes upon impact with whatever it hits. When it goes to red, it deals optimal damage, and it is important to note that during that Spirit Blade combo that I just showed you, all of my everything I do is basically at maxed sharpness, and it is impossible or almost impossible for my weapon to bounce off of targets. Now, what I showed you against the head of that thing earlier was this thing. Which is very cool and very new, and I'm very excited to get to use that against monsters. What's amazing about this game, and why you should pay attention to Monster Hunter, and why it's very cool, is, well, you have all these different weapons that completely change the playstyle of the game, and you have all these different monsters that have these different movesets, which we'll find in, further episodes, which completely change the game itself. If you combine the equipments you can have, which have different abilities attached to them, and, the way to play them, and to exploit them, the weapon you choose, as well as multiplying them by the number of monsters there are, and the fact that you can meet more than one monsters in the field at a time, etc., and that you can play the game with friends. Monster Hunter is made to be played with friends. You can definitely play it alone, but you get a better experience out of playing it with friends altogether. And you get to do that for a while, because you get to, hunt the same monsters over and over, trying to get the right body parts, because even though you hunt a monster, you don't carve out all of its body parts, so you have to basically do some gambling there with your hunting. Keeps you on edge and on your toes. I'm just looking at the world here. It is so nice to look at. So excited. I don't have time right now to pick up a new quest for you, because I know that the other ones take a far longer amount of time to complete than, well, the one that we just did is, as I was trying to say, the Great Jagras is basically the new Great Jaggi, and Great Jaggi is one of two things. It is usually the first weapon, the first monster you hunt to kind of understand the game. It's not very, very hard, except for new players. And even then, you can probably figure it out very quickly how to make the most out of that situation and make it a big stepping stone. As you keep going through the game, a Great Jaggi usually becomes this unfortunate monster that becomes the testing rock, stone, or log for whatever new weapon or equipment pieces you want to try out. It is not a big threat. The Great Jagras is basically the next thing of that kind, I think. That's what I expect, unless they bring back the Great Jaggi, which would also be cool and very unfortunate for it. Except that I think the Great Jagras looks a lot cooler. We didn't get to really look at it. We did see what it does a little bit. I never knew that it could swallow up a thing, and that it had a bloated belly, and that it could deal more damage to it while it was bloated. But that's really cool. The next thing I want to point out is how I'll cover what I just did here just now in the next video. Scout flies, so the little green thing that keeps flying out of me and flying over, and the little bug that's there. Pretty sure that's a Kinsect over there. But the green things that keep flying around, that is the scout flies. And scout flies were not in previous games. This is a really cool thing. You can see it here. Can I show you? Oh, I can't show you. But it's the thing that's on my belt in a little cage. I basically, I would go up to a marker, like not a marker, but basically a footprint. I would touch it and take some of the dirt in my hand, or let's say it had some monster fluid that would fall on the ground, or some markings, some scratches on the ground or on a tree bark. I would show that. I would take it in my hand and put it in a little cage where the scout flies are there, and they would basically consume it and eventually tell me exactly where to find the monster I'm looking for, depending on the markings I gave them. And that is super cool, because in previous games, monsters would you'd have to roam around and either know exactly where they spawned by habit, which now seems to be completely changed and random, and I fucking love that. Or when the monster, when you'd fight it for a while, it would run away, sometimes using passageways which you cannot use yourself, and when it did that, you would have to find it again, unless you had painted it with a paintball, which was a cool concept, but sometimes it was really annoying when you had forgotten to do that for a while. And sure, it is your responsibility as a player, but it's just kind of annoying to have to constantly think about that, and to make up for your mistakes for like sometimes 10 minutes out of a limited mission time just to cover that ground. So having to actually track a monster using scout flies, like see their markings, see everything you can find, and then come across them and sneak up on them and make up an ambush without having to fucking see them. Really nice. And if I kind of touch the whole time sensitive thing and I haven't explained it before, it's because you might notice that the mission we had earlier had 20-minute limit. Every single mission where you hunt monsters not in free mode, because usually there is a free mode, you have a certain limited amount of time to complete that mission, usually something between if I remember correctly, well, you've seen 15-20 minutes up to 60 or 90 minutes. That sounds like a lot of time, but really that goes by really fast. And you also have a limit of number of times you can fall in battle versus a monster before the mission is cancelled. Hi, Haiku. You're so cute. You are so adorable. You're so cute. My God. So adorable. Okay. So. Oh. Okay. Anyways, that's pretty much all the time I have right now. I just wanted to show you what the game looked like. I think it looks gorgeous, and that was the main thing I wanted you guys to focus on. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so nice. Like the motions, everything looks so crisp, so cool, so nice. Everything functions really well. The sprinting is more subtle too. It's very cool. Oh, I need to shut up and stop this episode. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next episode. Hold on. What is the button to do? Ooh. So nice. Let's see here. How does that work? Oh. So, ooh. Oh, this is great. Okay, so I can just, there we go. So I can actually just do that. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. If you want to see the rest, just stick around my channel. I'll do this more for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy that and you like the little show and tell I give you. Hope you appreciate that. I'll see you in the next time. Like my episode if you liked it, and of course subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of that. And I'm very excited to get to the release of this game. I'm Joel the Backlog Knight, just fighting a good fight one game at a time. And until next time comes, Backlog Net out.